The administrative profession holds both routine and unexpected demands throughout each day. Due to each role being unique, much like your thumbprint, there's no manual that makes it black and white or a no-brainer. Having transitioned from the profession myself turned specialized partner, I've been blessed with thousands of one-on-one touch points with admins living this profession each day. Each have shared with me remedies, ideas, and hilarious moments which could help others transition from, and I air quote, the island in which we feel and see ourselves living to a place of community. Each PS episode, of which I'll let you know, PS stands for permission slip, not postscript. These episodes will deliver thought-provoking moments from much of the wisdom gained through the years to help you navigate your admin world. Let's get to today's topic. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another PS episode. I've just finished up some research, if you will, which is common for me to do before I get in front of the mic, so my fluency on the subject is enhanced. And today with this episode, it's called Busy Badge. And time again, for decades now, actually, the last 100 years, which sounds about right. It's 2023. This busy piece has been a part of our vocabulary as we believe, indicating that you are so busy, but you're very important. And there's some truth to that. And obviously, talking about how busy we are, and I spoke about that when I was an assistant. I'm a business owner now, 5 years in, and everything I do keeps me busy. There is a difference between busy work, which many of you know about, and there is the opposite of that, which is a busyness that is applied to making an impact. And so some of the things I want to share with you today kind of revolve around shifting our mindset on that busy badge, which I do believe I could talk about this for an hour. I don't plan to do that. Attached to this is also, what does success look like for you? And I actually just decided I was going to make that a separate episode, and I'm not. I'm going to lump it all here. Reason being is the busier that we are, again, as I mentioned, tells people how important we are. And I think no matter how busy you are important, whether that's with your family, whether that's with your partner, whether that's at the office, as well as if you're busy doing things for yourself, right? Getting your hair done, running your errands. We are all busy. And I think the way to change your brand to speak to the level of, quote, importance or success that you have going on in your life is something that I want to kind of spend some time with you on, and that's the focus of today. I've read an amazing book. It's on the book page of the Exceptional Admin's website, and I will mention it here, and it's called Do Nothing. Stay with me. Don't go anywhere. It's how to break away from overworking, overdoing, and underliving. And obviously, all of that made me want to pick up this book, and it's phenomenal. And if I could show you here, I don't record for any video outlets like YouTube or other channels like that. I got sticky notes everywhere, and I've got extra sticky notes for the things I want to reference today. So if you hear paper in the background, it's because I've got a book in my hand, a true paper book. One of the big things that was really powerful when reading this book, which the book is called Do Nothing, by Celeste Headley. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. It's obviously talking about how we do way too much. And there was a Nobel Prize-winning economist, Gary S. Becker, in 1965. If anything, time is used more carefully today than a century ago. When people are paid more, they work longer hours because work is so much more profitable than leisure. That hit home when I read that. Now, the average American works 140 hours more per year than the average British citizen, and 300 hours more than the average worker in France. We are trading leisure time for money, and because wages haven't grown much, the trade isn't a good one. I read that, and I'm reading that to you. And then I'm going to tell you in the show notes will also be a wonderful episode where I fully guarantee I've mentioned this book in that. Episode 40, this will be in the show notes. Don't ask for a raise. I talked to you about what is your time worth? Is making more money. And there's another great episode, totally escapes me. I've just thought of it now on the fly, but I'll have it in the show notes, where essentially you sell part of your soul when you make too much money, which clearly they're talking about here from 1965. We're giving over more because we're making more because of the guilt that comes with, which is my next kind of quote. In society, there is a term. Where is it? Here it is. I am indispensable. I am busy because I am important. And also because society has told us being lazy is not successful. That hit home for me when I read that in the book. And I'm pulling up the importance of that right now, because if we really kind of build a better relationship with the word busy and understand what busy should mean to you, and busy is there are only so many minutes in every given day, are you going to be more intentional with how, quote, busy you are? Researchers noted through the years that they began investigating the phenomenon of busyness as a status label. And then studies have shown that people assume someone wearing a Bluetooth headset, we've all seen that, who presumably needs to multitask and takes calls all day, is of higher status than someone wearing headphones who may be listening to music and simply enjoying themselves. Essentially, bragging about how busy you are gives the impression that you're valuable and in high demand. I don't think that that should be how we label, again, why I said busy badge for the name of this episode, that we should be labeling ourselves absolutely busy. And I'm going to give you a personal story here. 2020 showed up and I immediately freaked out wondering, do I still have relevance? Am I still a service provider that will be needed ever again? And for me, I was obviously less busy than the prior year, 2019, but I was still busy. It was a different type of busy. It was a lot of problem solving busy. It was creative planning busy, but it was a different type of busy. And if someone were to look at my business and notice that 2019 had 31 searches and 2020 had 15 searches, would you think I wasn't busy or was I still busy? It's about perception. I still was busy. I was busy in a different way. And I have come to terms with indicating and telling people that I personally describe what I work on in the form of a platter. My platter is full. I try to say it that way to be different in how I'm describing that I got a lot going on, but I personally have tried to get away from that term, I'm so busy. Everyone is fucking busy. And so in order to sort of show up in a way of compassion, my platter right now is full. That's where the word no shows up, or that's where, hey, maybe next time, or can I take a rain check? We strive to achieve peak productivity, but forget that it's taking us farther from our ultimate goal, which is learning. And so many of you are committed to yourself, your career. I build these podcast episodes so that you can show up when it's convenient for you to learn something new, whether it's this episode or the Don't Ask for a Raise episode, which is episode number 40, or it's any one of the other episodes. You could leave with a golden nugget. We are all here to learn and to thrive. One of the other things from this amazing book, Do Nothing, and I'm pulling up the page here, so thank you for your patience while I get my tabby ready to go. Buying time leads to much higher levels of life satisfaction, whereas feeling short on time leads to poor sleep patterns, anxiety, less happiness, and is even linked to obesity because people who feel they're too busy are less likely to exercise or eat well. Who heard that and it hit home? One of the next things from the book is once you reach a sustainable level of income, more money won't make you happier, but free time will. I'm going to read that again. Once you reach a sustainable level of income, more money won't make you happier, but free time will. I'm going to admit something here. I declared at the top of 2022 that I was going to be moderately successful compared to 2021. 36 searches in 2021, and I'm going to be okay if I conduct 20 this year because I'm working on some really exciting other things that I had mentioned in my peer group, that the things I do this year are going to promote delayed success. Meaning I might actually not see success from my efforts until next year, or until later in the year, or maybe never, but really being intentional with, quote, what keeps me busy. And I tell you that, and I bring this forward because a couple key things. A lot of the times administrative individuals reach a ceiling, and I'm going to have another amazing episode which will actually be dedicated to someone who gave me 45 minutes. She reached out to me and said, can we have a chat? I think you're going to give me the wisdom I need because I need to get out of my own way. And I'm going to talk about that episode another time. But reaching the ceiling and what it is that you're doing and thinking, where is my next challenge? Where is my next challenge? Or thinking, I'm not having the opportunity to show up stronger, or I'm, not giving more opportunity to be bigger and higher level in my role. And I challenge you to pause and think, is the level of busy I have right now and also the season of my life giving me that free space for self-reflection? You guys thought I was going to say self-care. Self-reflection, nutrition, sleep. I hear often when I'm listening to admins on first touch points for candidate screens, I don't have enough time for me. I want something less. And I'm wonderfully challenging them to say, how long do you think you'd appreciate that less before you got bored? And they all laugh because they're like, oh gosh, how do you know? I'm like, well, I'm talking to you guys all day. And then those who, unfortunately are seeking employment, I'm like, how many times have you organized your pantry? And do you own a label maker now? And everything is wonderfully labeled. So we crave less busy. However, once we get to that less busy, we get anxious because we think by society, which is way wrong, that the level of busyness justifies your importance. And I don't think that's true. I don't, because if so, then I would think I am not successful in what I'm doing in serving all of the people that I serve on a daily basis, including Leah, who's serving with me in the same mission of the company. You have to think, going kind of back to a closing comment here for you to evaluate, what does success look like for you right now? Clearly, your goals are different than when you were younger. Clearly, goals were different maybe in a prior job. What truly does success look like for you right now? And that will wonderfully speak to the level of busyness that you welcome into your life, as well as, closing thought, changing up and no longer saying, oh, I'm so busy. Because I think we should celebrate that we have things to do to keep us busy, but avoid using that exhaustiveness. Is that a word? It may be a word. If not, I've just made it a word. Whether or not we are exhausted in the fact that we are too busy. And so I would say, if you're one of my close girlfriends, like, what do you want? You want busy? You want calm? What's the sweet spot? What's the harmony of it? So I challenge you to stop and think, what does success look like for you right now? Maybe having actually weekends to yourself. Maybe actually scheduling that nail appointment. Maybe actually scheduling that massage. What does busy look like to you? And should you continue to use busy as an explanation of how important you are? Because even if you might be in a light workload and life load period, you're still busy. Thanks for listening, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks for sharing a little bit of your time with me and allowing me the opportunity to inspire you. My intention with the PS episodes are to help you stay energized about your profession and continue to love it. Have a great day.